Well, hello YouTube, it's me, Fortmaster, and welcome back to V.E.D.A, vlogging every day in April. Day 20. Oh, I just realized April the 20th. Haha. Okay, that explains all of the weed memes that were on Reddit yesterday. Great. I'm gonna have to deal with that all day. Okay. Let's move on to the question, shall we? I literally just realized the whole 420 thing. Okay. Okay, first. Chaos... What was that? Chaos Gaming. Before I die, I want mankind to be a multi-planetary species, whether I get to go or not. Yeah, that would be cool. I really want there to be something like the equivalent to the moon landing for like every generation. Like my mom, she watched the moon landing on TV when it first happened. I want to be able to watch the first people to walk on Mars, even if we haven't settled the areas. Why I want to be able to see that. It'd be so cool. Actually, I wonder how close they are, because it's been several years since I've heard something about that. Though I'm pretty sure they're always developing or doing something. I mean, that'd be really cool. Yeah. Lee Daniel, what game would you like to develop? If I had the choice, there's like three that I've been thinking about. Just in the back of my mind. The first would be like a third-person shooter. It would obviously be through the store. It'd be set in far future. It's kind of gotten to the point where no military that wants to be taken seriously actually has a manned army. They all have they do virtually all the fighting with autonomous drone robots, bipedal ones that have a gun or stuff like that. The main character, she's she plays she's the member of a Black Ops stealth unit. They're going to the enemy. They're going to this black site where they're going to try to hack into the computers to steal these top secret plans or whatever. As it's going on, she's hacking in, and since it's the future, she's literally hooked in with her mind. From the fighting outside, something goes wrong, ends up causing a power surge. Power surge electrocutes her, killing her body, but ends up copying her mind onto a prototype robot that or battle droid thing they were working on in the facility. And the story kind of moves on from there. And since this was a prototype, it's super advanced and designed to fight, designed to be used in any situation. And the thing is, as the story goes on, you can kind of go down three paths of combat. You have the first one, which is your basic commando build, just using guns and stuff, just soldier. The second would be super stealthy, kind of stealthy, silent kills, sniping, hiding in plain sight, that kind of stuff. And then the third, which I haven't really seen that many games do, you'd be able to become one of those, basically almost like a walking tank, a giant, and I mean giant, several stories tall, basically walking a walking heavy weapons unit. And then you basically play the game in one of those three styles. And then there's and then part of the story is, because of the way that the human mind works, to replicate that in a computer form, her CPU is setting aside processing power to mimic all the little inconsistencies that happen in a human's brain chemistry. But the thing is, as you go along, you get the option of upgrading to more advanced weapons, but they require more CPU power. So as you get more and more advanced weapons, it starts taking away the processing power to mimic the human mind. So as you choose more advanced weapons over less advanced but less CPU intensive ones, then she slowly loses her humanity and she has to fight against that. I mean, I don't know, that could be a good game. The second two are very similar, I mean, at least mechanics wise. I got the initial idea that kind of sprang both of them from when I was playing Spore once. You know how in the civilization and the interplanetary stage, when you design vehicles, you kind of like put the parts, you can shape and stretch them and stuff, but where you put them or what you do doesn't really affect the performance of the vehicle. First, I wanted to do like a World War II-ish game. It kind of be it'd be made up with made up nations, and be in a style and situations of World War II. And you'd be kind of like a field general, and you kind of like design and control your army like you do in Horse and like what is it I forget what it's called, but there's a game where like you're literally on the ground and you kind of like control your entire army with them. It's like a third person view. It's really cool. But then you get to like design the tanks and the vehicles too. But unlike Spore or other games like that, how you design the vehicle, like where you put the engine, how you like angle the armor, how thick you make it, actually like affects the vehicle's performance. And I just think that's really cool. And then I thought of another game that had similar mechanics where like the way you design it actually like affects it, but it'd be one of those like railroad tycoon games where you design the locomotive and then it kind of affects like its performance and how well it does, and you can choose the track gauge, how wide the tracks are, and buy stocks in other companies and all that kind of good stuff. Man, I went on and on there for a while. I don't have anything else to talk about. Okay, Mr. St. Jack, Mr. St. Jake, don't want to fall back on that, commented twice. Electric cars. I want to Stargate the travel. If you had an instant way to get around, where would you go, and would you want to live where you do, knowing you could go back in an instant? If I had an instantaneous way of getting around, first I'd want to go back to Lithuania. I haven't been there since I was 5. We went there to adopt my little brother. But it was really beautiful there. Though at the time it was only like a couple of years after they came out of the Iron Curtain. So I'd want to go back there and see how it's changed. Go back to see some of the landmarks. And would I want to live where I do now if I could travel instantaneously? Yes, I would. I like Canada, and it's where I've grown up. It's where I like to live. And a lot of other places, like whether it's hot or anything, I wouldn't want to live somewhere where where there's a chance I'd find a poisonous snake coming out of my toilet. So yeah. And the second comment, Mr. St. Jake. Unfortunately, smartphones have made the shift to make phones thinner is what's caused a lot of the changes you see now, especially with the batteries. The market will always decide what the manufacturers do. Well, you see, you say that, but that's not always the case, because the whole thing with Apple was they decided to make the change and have the market. They tried to force the market to do the well, successfully, because you always get the Apple fanboys to like get rid of the headphone jack. Oh yeah, and last but not least, Codbinder. What are your PC specs? I don't actually know. I bought the PC like ready built, but it was built in the store. It wasn't like made by a factory. And what was it? Last year I upgraded the RAM and the motherboard. Actually, let me see if I can find that. Okay, here we go. Here's just the settings. Here's just the things I've been able to find in the about section of my system settings. Okay, so it's obviously Windows 10 Home Edition. The processor is an Intel Core i5 8600K CPU with 3.6 gigahertz. It has 16 gigabytes of RAM. It's a 64-bit system. Yeah, that's as much as I'm willing to find right now. Just because I'm rather when it comes to actually building PCs, I'm rather computer illiterate. That's it for now. And I hope you guys liked. If you did, leave a like, subscribe if you have not. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.